welcome to the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society's Tuesday Night Net. This net meets regularly on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. local time on this frequency of 146.97 with a tone of 162.2. My name is Marvin, call sign November 0, Mike Lima Papa, and I'll be acting as net control tonight. I'll be using NetLogger for check-ins on this net, so anyone who wishes to can check in early by monitoring the OARS net over there. More to follow. While this is not an emergency net, if anyone at any time has any emergency traffic, please call break. So with that said, does anyone have any emergency traffic? Please call now. Hearing none, I will now move on to announcements of interest to amateur radio. The Ozarks Amateur Radio Society meets on the second Saturday of the month at the Happy House Restaurant in Monette, Missouri. The meeting is at 7 p.m., but everyone's welcome to come early, around 6 p.m., to eat and enjoy some good conversation. Individuals will pay for their own meal, but you do not have to eat to attend, and you do not have to be a ham to attend. Everyone is welcome, including the family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next OARS meeting will be at the Apple Butter Making Days in Mount Vernon, Missouri on Saturday, October 14th. And as far as I understand, we'll be having a potluck. So bring your favorite dish if you can and your own table service. More to follow. The OARS Ham and Eggs Breakfast for October is being held at the Family Restaurant in Mount Vernon, Missouri. This is Saturdays at 7:30 a.m. Come and hang out for some good stories and maybe meet some new members or just some of the members that you haven't met yet. We always have a pretty good time. The OARS Club now has 3 scheduled nets. There's a D-Star net on Monday nights at 8 p.m., and those of you with D-Star capabilities are most welcome to come check in, give the D-Star repeater a workout. That frequency is 444.150 with a positive offset. We are now, thanks to Dave, KE6GAE, connected to reflector 59 alpha. And so if you were having trouble getting in before, you should be able to use a hotspot and through the internet be able to get into the repeater. The OARS Tuesday night net, this one right here, is at 7 p.m. local time. Again, the frequency is 146.970 with a negative offset and a PL tone of 162.2. Everyone is most welcome to come check in and hang out with us. And the OARS Club also hosts a Simplex net every Thursday at 8 p.m. with Sean, KE0MAD. Frequency is 146.460. More than welcome to come join in, check in, see how good your signal is getting out there across the area. More to follow. This net is being streamed on the 5-9 Radio YouTube channel, so if you want to see how you sound on the air or if you missed part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Are there any other announcements of interest to amateur radio? Please call now. Okay, hearing none, I will now take short time and mobile check-ins. So anybody needs to get in and out real quick, or if you're mobile out there, if you'd like to check in, please call now.
Whiskey Echo 0 Victor, WE0V, Elaine in Northeast Joplin, check-in only.
All right, picked up one there. Elaine, how are you doing this evening?
Doing pretty good.
Roger that. It's good to hear from you. It's been a little while since I've heard you on one of the nets I've run, so glad you could get in there.
Thank you. If I wasn't in the middle of cooking dinner, I wouldn't have done a short time check-in, so I hope everybody's doing well, and I'll turn it back to you. This is WE0V saying 7-3 for now.
All right, Elaine, 73's to you. Appreciate you checking in, and enjoy that dinner. One last call here for short time or mobile check-ins. Please call now. All right, nothing heard. We'll move on to net logger check-ins, starting with KE0MAD. Sean, how you doing this evening?
Good evening, Marvin, and everybody on the net. This is KE0MAD. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. It got pretty warm today. It surprised me. Already got a little warmer up your direction there, Marvin. But anyway, look forward to more action on the D-Star repeater. It's kind of neat listening to all the check-ins we had last night. So not much else going on here. Look forward to hearing everybody on the Thursday night Simplex net. So back to you, Marvin, KE0MAD.
Yeah, roger that for sure. Yeah, I missed out on the D-Star net last night. I got busy working outside doing some other stuff, and time got away from me. But yeah, today I was hearing some people on there through the reflector from like Ohio and South Dakota, and I thought that was pretty cool hearing them in there. So yeah, the reflector's pretty cool. It allows me to get in even with my handy-talkie now, so no problem there. But anyway, good to hear from you, Sean. Appreciate you checking in. We'll say 73s, and we'll move down to AE0OC. Wes, how you doing?
Well, hello, Marvin. Everybody on the net. Thanks for running the net tonight, Marvin. I'm doing pretty good. Dusty helped me. We got a lot done today. We got my little tower. I had to get it all, the base all undone from it, and it had to be turned because it wouldn't raise and lower with the guy block for the big tower in the way. So we got it turned and had to re-drill the plate and all kinds of a mess, but it is all hooked up and ready to be pulled up into the air. So I'm looking forward to getting that done. We're in a crunch to get it done because I'm wanting to pull up or put up a cell phone booster, because my new cell phone I've got inside the house has terrible signal.
Roger that. Yeah, I understand that. We barely have signal out here, but luckily through Wi-Fi we have the Wi-Fi calling. But when we first moved out here, we spent a lot of money on a cell phone booster. We bought like the biggest one you can get without an industrial license or whatever. It was about $900 altogether, but it didn't work because it wasn't on the right band for for our signal out here. So it's just sitting on the shelf. I guess I need to gather it up and try to sell it or something.
Yeah, I checked to see what band my phone runs on before I ordered, and this one is coming. It's supposed to be here Thursday. It's supposed to cover the band that my phone is on, so I certainly hope so. It actually covers several bands, so maybe somebody else coming over that's even on a different service provider could be able to benefit from it also.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but for the longest time I couldn't figure out what band we was running out here, and so when we bought one that was multiple bands, but what we didn't know was that T-Mobile is using the new low band stuff out here so that it'll go further on the lower frequencies. It's at like between 650 and 750 megahertz. So, but this one here didn't have that. So, anyway, but yeah, hopefully that'll help you out there. I know how it is with the signal issues for sure.
Yes, and this is a T-Mobile tower phone. It's not through T-Mobile, but it uses their towers. I was really hopeful that it would be a better signal, and it turned out to be a worse signal. I had Verizon towers before, and once we put up this blast of the metal on the house, it just made this into a Faraday cage, and the signal really dropped off and was spotty throughout the house. Some places you get a signal, some you wouldn't. Well, T-Mobile out here now, it's nothing in the house pretty much, but not too bad outside.
Roger, Roger. Yeah, I'm sure being on that hill kind of helps you out a little bit, because I know in town it's pretty horrible there for T-Mobile.
Yeah, like I said, I was hopeful, but I did get a really good deal on the phone. I like the phone, so if I can make it work here at the house and most of the places that I'm out and about, I'll be happy enough.
Roger, Roger. Well, glad to hear you getting tower stuff done out there. I know you've been wanting to get it done, so. But Wes, we'll say 73s to you. Appreciate you being in there as always. And we'll move on down to K0SQS. How's it going?
N0MLP and the rest of the net, K0SQS. Good evening, Marvin. Just fine. Everything's okay here in Missouri, or in Monette. Still working on replacing or getting my tower replaced. It got crushed when the tree fell on the edge of my detached garage. Anyway, one of the things I'm looking for that I can't find or haven't found yet, and I need suggestions from anybody that's listening that might know where I can get them. Anyway, the through the wall adapters, the two that I had were clear plastic, like 5/8 of an inch in diameter, just the right size for coax, and I drill a hole through the wall and slip them in, and then run the coax through that feed through. So if anybody knows where I can find them, let me know. Other than that, enjoying the nice weather. Looks like we're in for a period of dry weather through this week at least. So with that, back to you, Marvin, K0SQS.
Roger that. Yeah, well, we hit 91 here today for a couple hours, and then it started cooling back off. So got quite a bit of rain there on that last storm that come through. But other than that, nice bright sun. UV index was high today, and looks like the solar index is 179, so it's up there. But you know, I'm not sure where to get those pieces. Somebody out there probably knows, but I just cheat and use PVC.
Well, that's a good thought. I hadn't thought about using a hunk of PVC. Anyway, I'll stand by or wait to hear if anybody knows where I can find them. Thanks again, Marvin, K0SQS.
All right, Harold. Appreciate you checking in. Good to hear from you. And we'll say 73s, and we'll move to KE6GAE. Dave, how you doing?
N0MLP, the rest of the net, this is KE6GAE. Oh, Marvin, we're doing all right tonight. Working on putting together a laptop for programming radios with, one that I feel a little more comfortable carrying than carrying my good laptop around. Other than that, don't have a whole lot for the net. It's early in the week, so can't wait for the week to get over because it's already started that way at work for me. But that's what that four-letter word is. Oh, well. That's all I got for the net tonight, Marvin. Thanks for running the net. KE6GAE, back to net control.
All right, Dave, appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, I know how some of those weeks are for sure. Maybe you can chill out and decompress a little bit. A lot of good activity on the bands. Maybe you can hop on there and make some contacts. That always kind of calms me down. Good to hear from you, Dave. Appreciate it. We'll say 73s to you, and we'll go to KB0RHA. Richard, how you doing?
Oh, doing pretty good there, Marvin. 7-3, everybody, and the rest of the net. Not much going on here. Still trying to put things together for a couple of towers I'm wanting to put up before winter, but that's just a big project that's ongoing. Over.
Roger, yep. I've got a tower project going myself. I've got so far as to get the hole dug and gather up some of the parts, but got to get a few more things together before I can put some concrete and rebar and all that good stuff in the ground.
Yeah, well, I've got the rebar, I've got the tilt over, and I've got the towers. I just need, I guess I need a hole installed and some concrete, and then we can start putting up some antennas. I am in the middle of redoing the rotor boxes, so they're a little bit easier to operate, but that's just part of the project for the towers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I got to get a rotor. That way I have some plans, and so I figure I'd put the stuff I'll need later on the tower for whenever I get the radio I'm wanting, then I'll have everything ready to go for it.
Yeah, that's all part of it. I've got a small rotor for my 2-meter stuff, and then I've got a big rotor for the HF. So I've got a A3S with a 40-meter kit for HF I'm going to put up, plus mile center fed dipole. It'll stay up, but yeah, we're just keep chugging along. Anyway, I'll let you get back to the net. 7-3, everybody. Back to net control. KB0RHA.
All right, Richard, it was good to hear from you. Appreciate you jumping in there. And always good to hear from you. So we'll say 73s and move to Jimmy in Stockton, AA0JB. How you doing?
N0MLP in the net. Hey, Marvin, good evening to you. Sounds like everybody's got tower projects going on. I've got concrete in the ground, 2 weeks, and I figure another 2 weeks we'll be ready to start building. But Richard, I did want to tell you, if you need somebody to install you a hole, my neighbor has a company, and he's very reasonable. He's got a mini excavator, and if you're interested, I'm good on QRZ. You can send me an email. I'll get you his information. But no, we're pretty excited here to get going too. Got about 60 foot of tower to go up with a Hazer and a Mosley Pro 67B. Both of those items thanks to K0RM and tail twister rotor. I'm going to go up with that. I'm thinking about going ahead and sticking my 2-meter 440 Omni on top of that while I've got everything down. But eventually when I add one of those directive systems, 12-element vertical and horizontal 2-meter beams above that. So yeah, it's coming together here. Gosh, the biggest part was digging the hole in the framework and getting all that set with the rebar, and concrete I did myself. I had ordered the truck, and he came out and put her in the hole, and I finished off the top. And first real major concrete job I've done, and I'm pretty happy the way it turned out. So any of you that are friends with me on Facebook, you can take a look at some of the pictures. I'm trying to keep updated on that. Other than that, nothing going on here. Got the mobile in place too, working on that, and have a little problem with my amp, so taking that with me tomorrow when I help Bob, and Sean's supposed to help me get it running again. So other than that, nothing else going on, Marvin. Thank you for being there, and 7-3 to everybody on the net. AA0JB.
All right, Jimmy. Yeah, sounds like everybody's got some radio stuff going on there before winter creeps in, so glad to hear it. Yeah, I thought I heard you out there earlier on your mobile there over by the dam, so it was good to hear you, and I'm really glad got you in here on the net tonight. So good hearing from you, and yeah, it'll be nice getting those towers and everything up. So we'll say 73s, Jimmy, and we'll move down to KF0LZX. Greg, how you doing tonight, bud?
Hey, doing good. Good evening, everybody. And Marvin, thanks for running the net. Hey, I was going to tell Harold, I didn't have a chance to look at it very much, but I just Googled ham radio coax wall pass-through, and I seen some stuff pop up on there, even a couple things on Amazon that looked like 2 PVC pieces of tubes with a flange on each end that screwed together to adjust the thickness on them, but I didn't really get into the details. I didn't really have time before I hopped on here, but that might be something to try. At least maybe it'll give you a good idea of what wording to use to do a little better search. But anyway, kind of a normal work day for me. Ran over to Tyson's here in Monette, Had lunch with Sean, and other than that, just worked. Took the new pup to the vet this evening for her second checkup and round of shots, and that's about it. Tried to hop on 20 and 40 meters, hunt down a few POTA activators there about lunchtime before I met Sean, and I don't know about everybody else, but the bands were absolute trash around noon today. Couldn't hardly pick up anything, so. But that's about it for me. Plan on sitting in the recliner the rest of the evening and just another normal work day tomorrow. So anyway, that's about all I got. 73 is back to the net, and thanks again, Marvin. KF0LZX.
Check.
Go ahead, Harold.
Yeah, Greg, what did you Google, or were you on Amazon when you found that wall pass-through?
I just Googled it, and one of the things that came up was to Amazon. Amazon called it something else, cable wall, through wall management or something, but I Googled ham radio coax wall pass-through just in the Google search bar, and there were several things that started popping up, but I just didn't have time to go through a bunch of them. But I did follow the link to Amazon, where I could at least see a picture of what they were talking about, and it looked like they had a couple of different sizes, but at least maybe with Amazon's wording, maybe you can do a better search on Amazon or on Google with that. So, but I did get some stuff to come up.
Okay, yeah. Hey, thanks very much. I will Google it here in a little bit. Thank you, Marvin. K0SQS.
Roger. Yeah, appreciate that info, Jimmy. And, or I'm sorry, Greg. And good to hear from you there. Glad to hear you check in. We'll say 73s, and that puts us at the bottom of the list there. So I'll call out for any regular check-ins. Are there any check-ins for the OARS net? Please call now.
Kilo Alpha Zero, Romeo Mike. Kilo Zero, Lima Alpha Foxtrot.
All right, got two of you. We'll start with KA0RM, Mr. Bob, who I believe stomped on somebody else trying to check in. How you doing tonight, Bob?
0MLP, KA0RM, Aurora. Doing fine. Doing good. Yeah, that heat, I thought that we was going to be cool the rest of the week, but shoot, they're talking up there at the middle 80s all week. And then Jimmy talked to him earlier today, and he said it was hotter up there, which I guess you had 91, you said. It was hotter, that's for sure. I think 86 is the hottest I've seen. I think Sean said something about 88 over there in Monette, but pretty warm. I don't know of anything else going on. Went to Springfield once today, this morning. Went up there and took a truck up there. Gonna swap out rotors tomorrow. Jimmy said he's coming down and gonna help me do that. And hopefully the hooks or latches up there on top of that hazer will release so I can let it down. If not, that's gonna be another pain, but we'll have to. Hopefully it does anyway. Otherwise, everything's going good. Hope everything's going good with you guys up there. I was going to call you later this evening, or earlier this evening, I should say, and it kind of slipped my mind. But hope everything else is going good. So we'll talk to you later. And Jimmy, you're sounding good as usual. You've been got that thing up there to par now. KA0RM.
All right, Bob. Yeah, good to hear from you. Yeah, I was hearing you guys talk a little bit earlier on the mobile there, but I was off busy working on the truck, putting a new tensioner, belt tensioner pulley thing on it. So, but yeah, it got warm up here. In the shade, it ain't so bad. So the humidity ain't been real horrible, but you get out in that sun, and it don't take long to start dripping that idiot juice. But good to hear from you, Bob. And we'll say 73s, and we will grab Charles. K0LAF, how you doing tonight?
Good evening, Marvin and the group. We're doing okay. The
reiterate how warm it was today. I was working in the garage off and on all afternoon, and I mowed the backyard this evening, so I know what you mean about the idiot juice. Solar people are supposed to come tomorrow and take our solar panels off the roof, so hopefully in a day or two after that we'll be getting a new roof put on. It's been a long ordeal getting that done. Anyway, it's about all I know here. Say 73s to everybody, and if you would, you can check in N0ING by proxy. She's sitting in the chair across the room. Back to you, Marvin, K0LF. Roger that. Got Brenda, N0ING, proxy checked in. Good to hear from you, Charles. Appreciate you checking in. And we'll say 73s and puts us at the bottom of the list once more. Do we have any further check-ins for the OARSnet? Please call now.
0 RWD.
I got RWD. I didn't catch your first letter there, and I don't remember it. How are you doing tonight?
Okay, Kilo 0, Romeo Whiskey Delta. Yeah, I'm trying to get all the limbs and everything else out to the side, and I think in about another 2 days I'll have that all cleaned up, and hopefully we don't get another one that went in just like it.
Well, I understand what you're saying. It got kind of crazy up here, too.
Oh, that's for sure. But that's just about all I had. I'll say 7-3 stall, and it's really coming in good. K0 RWD.
All right, appreciate you checking in there tonight, and good to hear from you for sure. We will say 73s, and we'll call out again. Anybody out there want to check into the OARSnet, please call now. All right, one last call here. Anybody want to check into the OARSnet, please call now. All right, hearing none, I think we'll call that a net. Appreciate hearing from everybody. Glad you took the time to stop in and check into the net. This will be the end of it, I guess. And we had, looks like, 13 check-ins, including myself. So please join us again, and don't forget about Thursday night SimplexNet. Other than that, we'll say 73s to everybody. Hope everyone has a good evening. And we'll return the repeater back to normal traffic. 73s.